Hi, thanks for joining us today to learn more about study abroad here at RIT. All of us in the RIT Study Abroad office are excited that you're thinking about studying abroad as an RIT student. We'll be covering the basics of study abroad at RIT in this presentation. So if you're just in the beginning stages of thinking about studying abroad, we'll be going over our different program types, application process, what kinds of courses you might take abroad, study abroad costs and scholarships, as well as some next steps. I do recommend you watch the entire presentation. It will probably answer many of the questions you have as you start exploring your study abroad options. Once you have these basics down, you can start the fun part, which is finding a good program fit and talking with a study abroad advisor. So let's get started. There are many benefits to studying abroad. First and foremost, you can examine your field of study from a new perspective. You'll also meet global innovators, gain professional skills to set you apart in a globalized work environment, solve problems, take on new challenges, and follow your curiosity to experience the interconnectedness of the world. At RIT, we have over 600 study abroad programs in 60 different countries, so there's a lot of options for you to choose from. These pictures are just a few of the locations where our students have recently studied abroad. RIT has 5 different program types for study abroad. First and foremost are our global campus programs. RIT has international campuses located in Croatia, Dubai, and Kosovo. On these programs, you can study abroad at these locations, still as an RIT student, taking RIT classes from RIT faculty. All of your classes will be in English, and you'll pay RIT tuition, so it's a very easy and seamless way for you to study abroad as an RIT student. Our global campuses offer both semester and summer programs, and each campus has a different specialty in terms of coursework. Dubai has coursework in engineering, business, and computing. Croatia is strong in business, hospitality, and web and mobile computing coursework. RIT's Kosovo campus focuses on public policy, political science, international relations, and computing. Our second type of program are faculty-led programs. These programs are designed, developed, and led by an RIT faculty member. They're usually shorter in length, between 1 to 5 weeks, so many students find it a little easier to fit into their schedule, especially if you feel like you can't commit to a whole semester or a whole summer abroad. On a faculty-led program, you'll travel with other RIT students and your faculty member as a cohort. Many times on faculty-led programs, you'll take a spring course in Rochester and then finish up your coursework in your host country for a few weeks in early summer. There are also faculty-led programs where you take your class and travel completely in the summertime. Some popular faculty-led programs that run regularly are urban ecology in Sweden, the Japanese game industry, automotive electronics in Germany, Galapagos evolution and ecology, Rome examining art and design. You're not limited to only participating in faculty-led programs being offered by faculty in your college. If you're interested in a different subject and you meet the eligibility requirements for faculty-led programs outside your college, you can certainly participate in those as well. To find out which current faculty-led programs are open for applications, you can visit our website, rit.edu/studyabroad. Another program type are our affiliate programs. RIT works with partner organizations that offer study abroad programs all over the world with all different kinds of courses offered. Some of our providers include Arcadia, CIEE, CIS, IES, SAI, School for Field Studies, and a few more. These providers typically have semester-long programs, summer programs, winter break programs, or even academic year programs. They do offer a variety of coursework, especially if you're in some of the STEM majors where it's harder to find coursework. A lot of our affiliate providers do offer some of that more technical coursework that you may be looking for. There also is scholarship funding available through our affiliate partners that is very easy to apply for. Another type of program is our exchange programs. This is when RIT has a direct partnership with an overseas university, and you can study at that university as an international student. These programs usually have very course discipline specific coursework. They're usually more culturally immersive, and can even be language immersive, so you may be taking your courses in the local language. The benefit of exchange programs is that if your RIT college has an exchange partner, it has already been determined that the courses offered at that international university would work well for your academic plan. Exchange programs do tend to be best for students who have some previous international travel experience or are comfortable navigating a new environment independently, because there is a bit less support in country on exchange programs. The last type of program is international research, and this is when you would have the opportunity to participate in a research project with an RIT faculty member. You may hear from your faculty that they're doing some kind of international research project, or perhaps they have a colleague doing one and they're looking for students to assist with their project. I wanted to touch briefly on cultural immersion. If you think of cultural immersion like a sliding scale, there's going to be some study abroad programs that offer a lower level of cultural immersion and others that offer a higher level. Low-level immersion programs mean that you could be studying at a study center, living with other Americans, taking your classes in English, and participating in planned activities and excursions. On the higher end of the scale, you could be enrolled in a local university, staying with a host family at a homestay. Maybe you're taking your classes in a foreign language and living and traveling around more like a local. On this scale of cultural immersion, there's the low end and the high end, and there are a lot of options in between. And there's no right or wrong answer as to what would be best for you personally. It's really about what you're looking to get out of a study abroad program. A lot of students are curious about what kind of courses they can take while studying abroad, and many are interested in taking major-specific coursework, which is a great start. Every major at RIT can fit in a study abroad experience. Every college has a dedicated study abroad pathway that identifies the optimum time for you to study abroad based upon your major. Another great resource is to use the Study Abroad in Your Major section of our website. This section will give you tips related to study abroad based upon your major and will give you some highlighted programs to consider. Beyond major-specific coursework, also consider taking minor, immersion, liberal arts, perspectives, or free electives abroad. There are more program choices available to you when you have some of those types of courses still left to take, in addition to your major-specific coursework. If you're considering an affiliate or exchange program, you'll work with an RIT Study Abroad advisor to submit the courses you plan to take abroad for approval. Those courses will be reviewed by the RIT registrar, and an equivalent RIT course will be determined. You'll also need to have a conversation with your academic advisor on how your courses abroad and the RIT equivalents will count towards classes you still need to take as part of your degree program here at RIT. If you're considering a global campus or faculty-led program, the courses you take are RIT courses taught by RIT faculty and will be listed in SIS. So your main course of action is talking with your academic advisor to see how those courses will fit into your degree program. Getting courses approved and having conversations with your academic advisor will help you stay on track to graduation. And early planning is definitely key, especially for STEM majors where you have a very specific path of courses you need to take. Having that discussion early on with your academic advisor about wanting to fit in a study abroad experience will certainly help in your planning. As you're exploring your study abroad options, it's important to think about what some of your main priorities are. What level of cultural immersion are you most comfortable with? Are you looking for very specific coursework that you need to take? Is there a location you've always dreamed of traveling to? Or maybe cost is a main concern, or you're looking for a certain level of support while you're in country. Perhaps you have disability accommodations or health concerns you want to make sure can be managed while abroad. All of these things will help you focus on finding a good program fit, and talking through some of these priorities with a study abroad advisor can help you determine what's most important to you in a study abroad program. Once you know what some of your priorities are in looking for a program, it's time to start researching. A good place to start is to visit the Study Abroad in Your Major section of our website. There you'll find a lot of specific information based upon your college, including a study abroad info sheet, which highlights some programs that have coursework related to your major. What you see on your college info sheet is not all of the programs you can choose from, but it's a good starting point to help you see what's available, especially if you're looking for major specific classes. Another way to research programs is to do a search on the RIT Study Abroad Compass, which is our program and application database. You'll find the link to enter the Compass at rit.edu/studyabroad under the Compass Search Programs and Apply link. You'll log in with your regular RIT username and password and can use the Search Programs tab to start searching for programs. You can use some of the filters like field of study, destination, or term to focus your search. I do recommend that perhaps you limit yourself to 2 filters in order to maximize your search results. If you go a little crazy and you choose every single filter within the Compass search, you might end up with a very limited number of programs, which can be frustrating. As you're looking around the Compass, it's a good idea to keep a list of programs that you're interested in, so when you do come and meet with a study abroad advisor, you can discuss those particular programs. It's a good idea to keep a Word doc or Excel spreadsheet of the programs you're considering. Some of the most common questions about study abroad relate to program costs. With over 600 programs, costs do vary, so it's not an easy answer to talk about in this short presentation. However, you can expect that all study abroad programs will at least charge a tuition fee. For your tuition fee, if you're going on an RIT Global Campus program, a faculty-led program, or an exchange program, you're going to pay the same exact RIT semester tuition that you would pay here in Rochester. If you're going on an affiliate program, the affiliate's going to set the rate of tuition. You would pay the affiliate's tuition rate in place of your RIT's tuition. In general, affiliate tuition is comparable to RIT, and sometimes it's even less than RIT. In addition to tuition, you'll pay a program fee. This would include your housing while you're living abroad, perhaps in-country orientation, airport transportation, or excursions that are built into the program. Finally, you can expect some out-of-pocket expenses. This would be your flight, personal spending money, meals in country, transportation like a bus pass or taxi fees. Once you have a program in mind, our office will put together a budget worksheet that outlines all of these expected costs. You'll take that budget worksheet to a meeting with your financial aid advisor, and they'll help you determine how your RIT and federal financial aid and scholarships could apply towards your program costs. The nice thing is at RIT you can often use financial aid to help cover some of your study abroad program costs. In fact, over 81% of RIT students who studied abroad last year used financial aid and/or scholarship towards study abroad program costs. However, remember, everyone's financial aid package is different. To really know how your aid will apply, you must take a copy of the official study abroad budget worksheet that we provide to you to a meeting with RIT Financial Aid. If you're taking at least 12 credits while you're abroad, you'll still be considered a full-time student, and you could use your RIT and federal aid towards that program. Typically, semester-long study abroad programs would get you into the 12 credit or more range. There are also a few summer programs that would allow you to take up to 12 credits. Now, if you're taking fewer than 12 credits abroad, as long as you're at least taking 6 credits, you'll be considered a half-time student while studying abroad. That would allow you to use at least some of your federal aid. Typically, on summer programs, you'd be taking about 6 credits. We always encourage students to not automatically assume that study abroad is too expensive. You can't really know what study abroad will cost until you have a program in mind, have received a budget worksheet, and have met with RIT Financial Aid. So it's important to get all the information on costs and aid so you can make an informed decision on if it's financially feasible for you. I'll also say that there are some things that affect costs. Some countries have higher costs of living than others. Just like living here in Rochester is significantly less expensive than living in New York City, the same thing can be said for cities around the world. So living in London, Paris, or Australia tends to be more expensive than perhaps studying in the Czech Republic, Croatia, or Latin America. So keep these things in mind as you're comparing different program costs. There are also some study abroad scholarships you could consider applying for. Some are available right through RIT, like the RIT Education Abroad Travel Grant. These grants between $500 and $1,000 are available for RIT Global Campus, faculty-led exchange, and international research programs. Students in the RIT Honors Program do receive a $500 travel grant towards study abroad. And there's other scholarships specifically for study abroad offered through the RIT College of Business, College of Engineering, College of Engineering Technology, College of Liberal Arts, and NTID. Many of our affiliate providers also have scholarship funding that's very easy to apply for. You can also consider applying for national scholarships like the Gilman Fund for Education Abroad, Diversity Abroad, and more. Your RIT Study Abroad advisor can provide more information about these. When applying for scholarships, early planning is definitely key. A lot of scholarship deadlines tend to be early, so as you talk with a study abroad advisor, ask about scholarships at that initial meeting. Don't wait until the last minute to start exploring scholarships. Here are a few frequently asked questions that we often get from students. How long can students study abroad for? Well, you can go as short as a few weeks if you're going on a faculty-led program or on a summer program. You could study abroad for a whole semester or even as long as a full academic year. When do most students go abroad? Most students tend to go their second or third year here at RIT, but check with your academic advisor to see when it best fits into your degree program. We often have students ask if they can study abroad more than once. Yes, you certainly can. As long as it fits into your degree program, you're more than welcome to study abroad more than once. A lot of times students might start off on a short-term faculty-led program, and then when they return, they decide to go and study abroad again for a summer or on a full semester program. How do you convince your parents that studying abroad is a good idea? We have an entire section for parents on our website that you can direct them to, and they can learn more about the process you'll be going through to study abroad at RIT. Can you talk to past study abroad students? Absolutely. We have student global ambassadors who work for our office, and they've returned from study abroad and now are able to share their experience with you. A list of our current global ambassadors is available on our website. Feel free to reach out to them to chat about what their experience was like. Now that you understand some of the basics of study abroad at RIT, here are some next steps. First, tell your academic advisor that you're interested in studying abroad. They can help you figure out the best time for you to go and what kind of coursework you might want to look for. Find out what courses you still have left to fulfill at RIT, things like major-specific courses, electives, perspectives, etc., so you know what kinds of classes you should be looking for in a study abroad program. Then use some of the resources I mentioned earlier, the Study Abroad in Your Major section of our website, and the Study Abroad Compass to search programs. Once you've narrowed down your choices to a few programs, make an appointment with a study abroad advisor to learn more about the application process. Roseanne Hernandez is our advisor for students interested in affiliate programs, and Miles Chalou is the advisor for students interested in global campus and exchange programs. If you're interested in a faculty-led program, you'll work directly with the faculty member. It is a good idea to start your applications at least 6 months before you plan to go abroad, up to a year in advance if you're especially interested in applying for scholarships. I also like to mention that by starting an application or meeting with our office, it does not commit you to a study abroad program. It just puts you on our radar so we know that you're interested, we can make sure you're completing all the application steps and answer any questions for you. A few weeks after the application deadline, we'll contact you and ask if you plan on committing to the program. At that point, you can either proceed, or if you've made other plans or changed your mind, we can withdraw your application. Thanks for taking the time to learn more about study abroad at RIT. To learn even more, visit our website, rit.edu/studyabroad. You can email us, global@rit.edu, with questions, or stop by our office. We're located in Global Village, right above Salsarita's Cantina and Grill. Finally, follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RIT Study Abroad. Also, check out the video description below for some links on some of the topics I talked about today. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to helping you plan your study abroad adventure.